Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to another video. You already know it's your boy Walks, alright? So, a lot of people might be asking, yo, where's the game? We haven't seen progression, you know what I mean? I just been going through some stuff RL, so, but that's not important. Like, I've been going through YouTube these past few days. I seen like people putting up like their games and stuff. They finding like devs, investors, so I said, why not try? You know what I mean? I had investors, but like, they wanted to pay to win. I didn't want that, so we went our separate ways and stuff. So if you're interested in helping us make the game, whether you're a dev, someone wants to invest, you know what I mean, just hit me up on Discord. But what I basically did, I just made the game into a slideshow so I could explain it to you, because the other video I made was basically an hour long, me just like talking about the game, but like many people wouldn't like that, so I just make it into a slideshow. Makes it easier, right? So let's start with the core systems of the game. So basically, when you start the game, you'll start as a mortal. It means you're weak, and in order to get stronger, you'll have to meditate, fight, you know what I mean, that type of stuff. It's a sandbox inspired classic cultivation game. So how it works is, this is just basic ROMs: body refining, key refining, foundation establishment, golden core, Nasi and soul, and on and on. So the key mechanics: face key, deviation, tribulation, lightning, inner demons. Those would be like mini games and stuff, like when you try to get stronger. Basically in type soul, where you like fight like your shikai or bankai, something like that, you could say, right? So the world would be very big. I want it to be a huge exploration map. It'd be like different caves, there'd be like cities, sects, that type of stuff. You could like choose what you want to do. You could be like lone cultivator, you could create your own clan, you could make your own kingdom like this, that type of stuff. You could even just be a lone cultivator, you know what I mean? And you like ancient runes, hidden scroll, like just like find them. This is stuff that I plan to add, like if I actually get to like make the game. So Ascension to Immortal Realm, you know what I mean, like higher level, customizable, flying monks, crossover tournaments, that type of stuff. Next on to the just basic cultivation realms, right? So this shows you like the focus. I mean, like your lifespan. I get on to the lifespan system, but basically your body refining, you're basically gonna be training your body like running, push-ups, that type of stuff. Just more physical activities. Live key refining. This is where you like actually start to like learn skills and stuff, where you could like run fast, shoot fireballs, that type of stuff. Just basic stuff. Then foundation is where you'll actually be able to like use flying swords. You'll unlock movement skills, artifacts, that type of stuff. Core formation, you unlock like huge techniques. You could like create your own sect now and stuff. Soul skills, this is basically, you'll be pretty OP when you get to this. Then these two and like finish it, but there'll be other rooms in between this. The lifespan and reboot system. So this is basic to make the game replayable, but like not make it pretty, like it's not permanent, but so this is how it works. Let's say you have like a skill, but in order to use the skill you have to like use your lifespan and stuff. This, you have like a lifespan bar. You could always increase your lifespan with like pills or like rare medicines, that type of stuff. But if you use like skills, you'll drain your lifespan, and like when you like reach no life, like when you reach zero, this will pop up, natural death. And according to like how you live, like if you did like good stuff, you like help people, or if you like just killed everyone, you get like bonuses like faster XP, you remember the skill, that type of stuff. There's like simple stuff. Alright, this is the advanced lifespan now. So forbidden techniques: fast power, high cost. Means it reduces your life but gives you good strength. It's like a drawback. Fail breakthrough, key deviation, and lifespan. Like if you try to break through to a higher realm and you fail, there's a possibility you could like lose some lifespan. You could fall a realm, you know what I mean, that type of stuff. If you like get poisoned or something like that. And this is how karma works, right? And how the reboot is. So you could like inherit stuff from like your last life, you know what I mean. You could like gain faster XP. You could remember a skill from before. You'll still get like your titles and stuff. or you could just choose like a fresh stuff with nothing, like you won't get no carryover, no karma. You just want to make a fresh account. You choose that. So next is, what is karma, since people might want to know, like, alright, so karma is an invisible force tracking mortal alignment. It influences NPCs, faction, techniques, rebirth bonuses. So this is bad karma, good karma. So if you do evil stuff, you get minus, then you get like a title. Rogue soul, demonic, devil incarnate. And this is what it affects. It affects your breakthrough, tribulation effects. You could learn like evil skills and stuff. If you like do good stuff, guardian spirit, you just like get like, and it shows you like what do you do, like if you like hand protecting village from bandages, healing ally, you get like if you have a high karma, you get like requests, discounts at shops, that type of stuff. Low karma, you could like get bounty hunter, evil sex, easier breakthrough, reduce, that type of stuff. If you like kill innocent, you get like minus karma. If you use like forbidden arts, you get like this stuff. Alright, next on to the sub professions. So in the game there's gonna be multiple professions, as you can see listed here. I have like more in mind, but like this is just like basic stuff for now. So how profession works, so you could choose one specialization at a time. You could choose more, like, but at your own risk. So this isn't like how it's gonna be, but this is just like an example. So you'd be like a novice, adapt, master, grandmaster. You could like unlock unique crafting, quests, recipes, that type of stuff. And it's in an example. So alchemist, what you're focusing on to do is like craft pill, poison, and I also made like one of these already. I'll put that on the screen. You'll get like gather herbs, combining furnace. There's gonna be like mini games and stuff. This is how you make like the key boosting pills, life extension pills and stuff. Talisman engraver. Create paper talisman for temporary buffs. You could say this is like runes. You could say like to buff you, like you use like a talisman. It gives you like 10% speed for the next 5 minutes. Give you 5% attack power. You know what I mean, that type of stuff. Weapon and artifact. This is basically how you make weapons, armors, flying sword, flying daggers, flying ships, that type of stuff. It's gonna be, these are all useful in their own way. Formation master, design and play spiritual formation for PvP, set defense, auto heal. So this could be used to, like, let's say you have like a city and there's NPC monsters attacking. You could like put a formation around it, a killing formation, defense formation, that type of stuff. Beast tamer, you could basically tame monsters around the world. You could like tame, breed, train spirit beasts, that type of stuff. You use them for combat, defending. So just basically like some small progression and stuff, like how it work. And this is like how you could like make money from your profession. There'll be like marketplace. There's like a player market and auction house. Player owned basically mean you could like own your own like black market, or you could own your, I don't mean like black market where you take like real money, but I mean like you could like open up your own like store and sell like stuff you make. Like players could also post up, like let's say me, I get like poison and I need healing. I could like post it and like other players could accept it and that type of stuff. So basically you could hire other players and stuff. You'll be like bonuses and stuff. Grandmaster grants 5 breakthrough booster members and stuff like that. So let's say I have someone who's a grandmaster in like my sect, and you're also in my sect. He gives you a boost, that type of stuff. And this is like some future professions that I wanna add, like puppet master, spiritual farmer, dream walker, rune smith, that type of stuff. Next one is the territory capture system. Alright, so this is a very big part of the game's progression. So the world is rich in treasures, but only those strong enough to hold them may claim them. So what it basically says is like there'll be different zones in the game, and there'll be forests, valleys, caves, ruins, and you could capture them, right? And in order to capture them, you have to survive waves of monsters and hold a capture flag. And ownership, you could either be a clan or you could just be your personal land. You could like build a base, harvest, defense. And this is an example. Let's say you have a zone, wood and forest. The resources in that zone will be like spirit herbs, wood, 2 times, like, so like you'll heal faster, meditate faster, that type of stuff. The difficulty is easy. Flag time 3 minutes, 2 waves. So you have to hold this zone for 3 minutes, and there'll be 2 waves of monsters, each with a like mini boss, that type of stuff. So like this is like a harder one, like better resources. No, you need 10 minutes, 4 waves. This is even a much harder one, 20 minutes, 6 waves plus PvP. What plus PvP means is that, let's say I start a capture this spot, it will come up like a silver message. Someone is capturing Twilight Miscellans. And other players could come in and they could like interrupt you, they could like try to like take you out. They could even capture the zone, because capture flag is gonna like need crafting, so it's gonna be like a pretty hard item to get, because you don't want everyone just like making clans all over the map. This is gonna be like a really hard one, but it's gonna be rewarding. So how to capture? So you find a zone, you place a flag, requires formations that's forging, since you have to like craft a capture flag and it requires rare materials, right? Then you survive the waves, then you success. It's that simple. So this is how it works when you capture it. So there'll be like resource nodes, defense formation, teleportation, altar, flag, beacon, strategic gameplay. So like longer hold, stronger beast bosses, territory bonuses, cultivation speed boosts, cheaper pills, crafting, I mean like hidden events. There could even be like secret realms and stuff, and this is like stuff you could do to like make money. Defend against invasion. Enemy players and sects can invade. Defendant gets siege alerts. If flag is destroyed, returns to neutral. PvP may activate during last wave. What this means is if someone destroys your capture flag, you lose the territory and you need to like capture it again. So tax and tribute system. Charge players for farming your zone. Gain weekly tribute. Place NPC guards at engine. So what this means is, let's say I have like this zone, and a player wants soul grass. He needs to come to my territory to get the soul grass. So he'll have to like pay me to enter my territory, that type of stuff. And you could also put NPC guards. So let's say you need a ticket or like a badge to enter. The NPC will ask you for the badge, and if you don't have it, he will like tell you to go away. But if you like try to enter, the NPC will attack you. So even if you're offline, there'll still be ways to protect your territory. And this is like requirements and constraints. Right, so claim 1 territory per solo, meaning like if you're just playing without a clan, you could only have 1 territory. And you could claim 3 to 5 per sect, meaning according to the level of your sect, how strong you are, you'll be able to claim between 3 to 5 territories. And you must maintain decay timer if inactive, means if you're inactive for like a week offline, 2 weeks, the territory started decay, then it'll become claimable again. And you need require foundation realm or higher to capture. So you need a certain level of strength. And you could always go through the video and like pause and like read if you want. I'm just doing like a quick overview in case, like, you know what I mean, if I could find some investors or devs who want to help out and stuff. Alright, so this is the kingdom system. And I just went over the sect system or the clan system. Now this is the king system, or country or empire, right? A king rules just not by might but by the faith of his people. So how it works, the core concept is loyalty, reverence, kingdom fuel, and authoritative. So how it works is you have something called a king seal, which you'll also need to craft, right? So you need foundation plus realm, because you need like different, it'll need, but I'll explain all that later. But how it works, right? How fate works, collecting good fate. So hosting festivals, providing protection, completing quests, building structures like temples, shrine, that type of stuff in your territory. And this is how you lose faith if kingdom neglects people or fail to defend. Let's say someone attacks your kingdom and you don't defend it, people like start losing trust and that type of stuff. And you also have a fate meter, so you could know like improve resources, stronger troops, and this is the king seal abilities, which is this, an item you'll be able to craft. So this is abilities that it come with. Royal decree, command buffs all subjects. Summon royal guard, so you'll be able to summon elite NPC that will defend your territory. Diplomatic immunity, negotiate peaces and form alliances. So if there's like multiple countries and there's multiple players, you could actually negotiate with them, form alliances, become friends, that type of stuff. So fate channel, Fate, as long as you're in your territory, you could convert the fate into a temporary boost. Let's say you find someone who's stronger than you, you could literally just turn fate into your strength and you will get stronger. Alright, seal. Alright, so this is basically just an overview. You could pause and read if you want to go in depth, or you could watch the last video. This is just a quick overview. Alright, so combat techniques. This might seem a little confusing, but I'll explain it. Alright, so the purpose of this is to increase cultivation speed, reduce breakthrough rates, enhance lifespan. Right. So this is cultivation techniques. Let's say you have a base technique, right? And let's say you don't like this technique because it's too slow or the breakthrough success is too low. You could find like this. These would be like different fragments you could find in like dungeons and stuff, and you could literally add them to your technique. Let's say you have like a rare technique, it'll have 3 slots, and if you found like key circulation, you found like essence refinement, energy condensation, you can literally add these to your technique and it will have this skill. So let's say your lifespan is pretty low and you want more lifespan, you could add this to your technique, life expansion focus. You know what I mean? So it's a very kind of weird but straightforward. Same with this. Let's say you like have a really good movement technique, but you want to have like air step. If you find the air step skill, you could add it to your technique. If you find like you want like this skill, slow descent, and I mean same with like spear and like swords and stuff. It's the same thing. You could like find different nodes and just add it to your technique. Alright, so cultivation, binding, and growth. This basically means weapons that you could bound, soul-bound weapons, meaning it cannot be traded, it cannot be destroyed, that type of stuff. So a weapon is not just wielded but bounds with the soul growing. So let's say you find like a soul-bound weapon at like level 1, it will literally grow until you get strong. So you could like just I'll show you an example. You can like pause and reach all of this, like, but this is how it works. Spirit Coaster. Insert harvested beast cores, rare ones for bonuses. Let's say you have a sword and you kill like a flame lion and you get like the lion's like core. You could put it into your sword and you have like a flame damage buff, that type of stuff. So how it works. So this is base form, simple sword. Once you reach the key refining realm, Spirit Slash, you unlock like a skill. Foundation, you unlock Dragon's Breath, fire damage over time. Core realm, you unlock like massive blast. You know what I mean? This is how the sword looked at first, and it just keep upgrading and upgrading and upgrading. You know what I mean? So onto the relic system. So the way how I did the game, I wanted to be a 3-slot relic. So sorry about me, I'm kind of sick too. So the path to Ascension is not walked with raw power alone, but by those who master the ancient relics of the world. So you have 3 relic slots: an offensive slot, defensive slot, and utility slot. You could choose to put 3 offensives if you want, 3 it's up to you, right? So how it works. So and there's different like, you know what I mean, rarities and stuff. So common is white, it just gives you like basic stats. Uncommon will give you like, you know what I mean, then this is like mythic, it'll give you like reality bending abilities. This would be very hard to get. So synergy penalties. Equipping 2 relics of the same category, example 2 offensive relics, applies a synergy penalty, stat drop or cooldown. Meaning if I equip like 2 damage multipliers and each one is like 5%, instead of getting 10% you get like 7 or 8%, since we want to encourage variety. And these are some examples, right? So offensive relic, rare flame brand, melee fire damage. This is an epic relic, void sigil, it ignores defense. An epic relic, thunder fang core, stings lightning, and it means it chains lightning. Defensive relics, so stone tortoise shell, it passively blocks all physical attacks for a period of time, like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, then it goes on like a 30-second cooldown. Then you have an epic relic, you regenerate HP out of combat, so it's like heals you. Dragon King's Barrier, barrier circles passively and it blocks attacks around, right? Utility, Windwalker, it gives you like movement speed, extra dash, Moonshadow Cloak, Stealth After Dodge. You know what I mean? Seeker's Eye highlights nearby treasures. So different relics have different abilities. I want to see if I could. I on the back of my head, I have like over 200 ideas for relics already. A high fade rules the loyalty, and this is showing you how you could like get relics. Wardrobes found in ruins, beast nests, temples guarded by bosses or puzzles. You could craft relic using a relic core, a rare universal gem, and team the ingredients from mine and alchemy. You could get them from quest or event, one-time rewards from hidden quest or reputation ranks. Relic synergy. I already talked about that. Relic tab in inventory, and I mean just showing you how it works. And this is secret realms. This is where you'll be able to find relics. So how it works. Sorry about that. A globe with different biomes. So biomes will be like forest, desert, mountains, that type of stuff. And runes or secret realms will open like every 10 to 30 minutes. Some could be like every week. Let's say like every Friday there's like a named relic, that type of stuff. Can be discovered organically. It means you could just like walk around the map and find one. There's like a relic effect. You could find one with maps, NPCs, rumors. You could like talk to NPC and he said, I saw like a big beam over there in the mountain like 5 minutes ago, that type of stuff. There'll be like different teams, examples, so like the flame warped arena of the fallen general, the icy grave of the ancient sect, you know what I mean, that type of stuff. And you'll know what you find. Like if you go like the flame warped arena, you'll find like flame like type materials, you find like flame weapons, flame relics, that type of stuff. And there's like different rules. So some relics are limited, mean like only 10 to 15 people can enter. There's bound by life, like according to like the level of the realm, you'll have like different lives. If you die like 2 to 3 times inside, you're like locked out, you can't re-enter. There'll be like a temporary loot system, so like treasures in the temporary bag drops and vanishes. So like if you loot in the secret realm, if someone kills you while inside, your loot will drop and like they could take it, that type of stuff. Survive and clear. So inside the secret realms, like how it works, challenges, there'll be like monsters guarding horde, deadly traps, puzzles, shifting terrain, cursed spirits, you know what I mean, the PvP zones, like when you could get rewards, ultra rare artifacts, life-bound weapons, crafting materials, stuff to meditate for XP, blueprints, secret scrolls, the temporary loot bag. So the function automatically stores found items, item drops on death. Function, the bag drops for others or is lost. The only way to keep your loot inside is if you leave while you still have it. Next one is weapon intent system and progression tiers. So I won't really go over this, but what it basically means is you'll have something like kind of like aura in games where like you'll be able to like give you like decent damage. If you keep upgrading like the weapon intent, you'll have like or you know like Mihawk, where you do like the aura slash and stuff like that, and they'll be like staff intent, dagger, that yeah, like you could like pause and read through because I don't want the video to be too long. So this is how like an event would be, like a huge in-game event. You could like pause and read, but I'm just doing a quick overview. Alright, low comprehension and unlock, and how to unlock it. You could also pause and read, showing you like the different types of laws. Like flame law, you get like flame techniques, you unlock domains, and this is like a flame domain. Hellfire prison, burning damage over time, fire technique boosted, that type of stuff. This is like bloodline. Blood runs deeper than key, you know what I mean? So you'll be able to like have bloodlines in the game. Let's say you're like, and this is how it works, it's from 1 to 100%. So physical change, if you're like 30% bloodline, you get like HP, strength. 30 to 60, you unlock like bloodline skills. 60 to 90, you unlock like transformations. And this is how it works. Like if you have like the giant titan, you like grow larger, you have like stone like skin. Buffs, you have like massive HP, defense, you have like ground shaking skills. You unlock titan's roar, it like stuns you. You have like a domain, skybreaker form, like a phantom clone. And there's like people could like steal your bloodline. There's like ways to seal it, how you could like protect your bloodline, that type of stuff. Just pause and read if you're like interested. And that's basically it for just a quick overview of like the game mechanic and systems. And if anyone is interested in like helping us with the game or investing, or if you want to be a developer, just hit me up. We're currently looking, because you know what I mean, the game has only been in dev for like a couple months. We've been on and off. The devs that I have right now, they're busy with school and work, you know what I mean, so we don't have a lot of time. So I'm trying to get like some funds so I can like put together a dedicated team that will work like every day, every couple of days on it. So if you're interested, and this is for serious people only, shoot me a DM. And I mean, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Peace.